In a whirlwind episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, podcast guru Joe Rogan and the hilarious Duncan Trussell minced no words as they took aim at Democrats for forsaking their once passionate anti-war beliefs. But that's not all. They heaped unexpected praise on none other than the controversial former President Donald Trump for his surprising efforts in advocating peace in Ukraine as the world nervously faces the specter of nuclear war. On a recent episode of their widely popular podcast, Rogan and Trussell lamented the apparent disappearance of the anti-war left, noting how drastically times have changed since their youthful days. They argued that, while Trump may be a polarizing figure, he stands out as one of the few leaders genuinely striving to bring an end to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The duo didn't pull any punches when criticizing the rah-rah aspect of certain politicians' handling of the tense situation in Ukraine, dismissing it as overly simplistic for such a complex issue. In fact, Trussell humorously quipped that it felt like a pep rally for murdering people, pointing out the absurdity of the situation. Rogan, in particular, reminisced about the days when Democrats were known for their staunch anti-war stance, but now it seems like the establishment of both parties is united in prolonging the conflict in Ukraine. He expressed his surprise that the Democrats, who were once champions of peace, now seem to buy into the narrative of confronting Russia head-on. But it wasn't all criticism and ranting from the podcast hosts. They showered Trump with rare accolades for his rhetoric during a CNN town hall, where he confidently declared he could resolve the Russia-Ukraine war within a mere 24 hours if he were to return to the presidency. The statement might have raised eyebrows, but Rogan described it as perfect, rebuffing CNN's attempt to create a gotcha moment from a critical global issue. Trussell backed up Rogan's assessment, questioning why Trump's desire to end a bloody conflict was seen as controversial. In fact, he argued that any attempt to stop a massive conflict without resorting to World War III or violence should be celebrated as a glorious effort, regardless of the outcome. "You can't fail worse than war," Trussell humorously pointed out, urging listeners to see the value in being a peacemaker in a world teetering on the brink of disaster. As tensions continue to escalate between Russia and Ukraine, it's refreshing to see influential figures like Joe Rogan and Duncan Trussell raising their voices and encouraging leaders to seek peaceful resolutions. Their entertaining banter and fresh take on politics provide a much-needed breath of fresh air amidst a sea of divisive rhetoric. While the fate of the world may hang in the balance, these two hosts remind us that even in the darkest times, there's room for humor, reason, and the pursuit of peace. So let's hope that more leaders take a cue from the unlikely duo and work towards a brighter, more harmonious future for everyone. Until then, stay tuned for the next episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, where you never know what unexpected insights and laughs await.